Singer, and he's a man that can shake, rattle and roll. And he takes us down memory lane week after week with Where Are They Now? And the Song of the Week. To finish the show, it's our pop encyclopedia, Shane.
It's the one and only world famous in New Zealand, Shane.
World famous
Hales.
in his own brains.
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Thank you for joining us on our Anzac special.
I've got to say,
and,
yes, it's a pleasure, it really is. And I've enjoyed the show so far. What great guest this week.
We have, haven't
I
we?
enjoyed John Gerard's story. Wonderful, about his dad escaping from that prisoner war camp and things. Wonderful story. These Kiwis, ingenuity. Wow, they did some good things.
And Shane, what about Helen Riley? Wasn't she wonderful?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Lovely. I love to sing her, of course.
There'll be bluebirds over.
Don't spoil it. She did a good job of that. Now you're ruining it. Don't do that. No, great. So I've got to say, sitting in the green room watching the show go by, and it's been a breeze. And it's a breeze for me this week because Song of the Week is something
that you'll be singing.
I'll be singing. Obviously, I did sing last Saturday, and what a monumental, what can I say, it was absolutely overpowering for me. It was so, I was so proud to have done it for the Anzacs, and to be asked. It was just an honour. So, yeah.
Oh, the big one at the Thirsty Dog.
The Thirsty Dog, of course, yeah. The birthday boy is going to be there. Yeah, I celebrate my birthdays, as you know, really go for it. And this one's going to be no different. It's going to be great. And we're at the Thirsty Dog in K Road. Yeah. Everybody's invited. We've got a lot of friends coming along who are going to go up and jam and play with the Shazam band, including myself. So, and we'll be celebrating my 49th again. That'll do me. But yeah, we're going to have a great time. So, birthday boy, come and join me and come and have a piece of cake.
49, ask our viewers to look at my face and see.
Yeah, can I lie?
Now, Shane, of course, all that wonderful preamble pales into insignificance compared to this week's
Song of the Week. And of course, it's the great Jim Wallace song that I recorded for my last album, Full Circle. It's called Anthem. It's the Anzac tribute, and it's the live version that I did at the RSA in Lynn last Saturday with the Shazam band. Wow. Anthem for the Anzacs.
Yeah. It's a wonderful story getting that all recorded, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, you were there. You came in. Yeah. You popped into the studio a few times.
Done it, Stebbings.
And we rearranged it, but
this is the live version.
This live version is a different arrangement. I sat down with all the guys at my house last weekend, and we just wanted to do acoustic, a gentle version, rather than the rock version, with rock solos and things. We did totally acoustic, and it really works. It's a wonderful song, and of course Jim Wallace, as I said, wrote it, and he lives in Whangarei, and I added a few things to it, and along with Mel McCullum, the producer, on the album. And I remember standing at an RSA and I was singing on stage and I was looking for some more lyrics for the song. And I saw In God We Trust across from the stage on this wall of the Howick RSA. Yeah. And I went, that's the secret. In God we trust. In God we must. Sing a song for young soldiers. Wow. And it just came boom. So I went back and wrote it down quick. That's how it happens.
Hard to imagine. 100 years ago, Shane. This is why we're having our Anzac special.
It is very
100
special.
years. This is a very vital time. And what about us baby boomers? Weren't we lucky? We missed out on everything.
We are so lucky. Well, I mentioned Vietnam in the song, but and things like that our armies have fought overseas in different wars since.
But there was never a biggie.
But never anything like the horrendous what they went through in those days. Everything was changing. Of course, they had gas, and the first tanks were unleashed, and all sorts of things. They lived in trenches with rats, and they still believed in the big charge. The cavalry are coming. So, and it was very sad because they just went over the top of those trenches and got shot down, mowed down. It was just with a cutlass in their hand, half of them. It's just crazy.
What I'm
the generals should be.
What I'm always intrigued about is, I know they did in the end, but it took such a long time. Didn't anybody say, this is stupid?
The stalemate, sitting in the trenches facing each other off.
But this thing about all jumping up and heading, with the machine guns.
Give it a go, yeah.
Didn't somebody say, this is ridiculous?
Yeah, just throw them over there and slaughter them. It was just shocking. Yeah. And it was the general sitting up there, and of course,
How many did we lose today?
A lot of the generals weren't working class.
Yeah.
They were obviously born into the hierarchy, and they stayed there even when they went into the army. Whereas the foot soldier was a working class guy that got thrown in there at the bottom and in the deep, and thrown up there like meat to the slaughter. It was crazy.
Now, before we do the song, Shane, what did your dad do in the war? Did he do?
My
anything?
dad was in the desert.
In the desert?
Harry was in the desert.
Yeah.
He drove a truck, and he was in the REME, the Royal Electrical Military Engineers. And his soldiers.
So he never actually did any fighting, or was he involved?
I got a lot of photographs of him sitting in burnt out Stukas and burnt out tanks and burnt out everything, but he never told us much about what he did in the war. But a lot of photos of him.
You never heard your dad have a nightmare or yell out in the middle of the night?
Only over me.
The Stukas are coming!
No, they're only over me, mate. That's the only nightmares he had. He was in the desert, and of course, that's what he did, his bit in the war, and he came home in 1945 after the war ceased.
So your father fought in the war for a better world, and when he saw you in your with your long hair and your stovepipe pants, and your paisley
15
shirt,
years later.
Yeah, that's sometimes later.
Teddy boy.
Did he say to himself, "Gosh,
was it worth it?
I've fought in that war, and look at my son today. Look at what he's wearing."
Yeah, nothing.
Did he ever say that to Shane?
Oh, he slapped me around the head a couple of times. Said, "You Teddy boy, get those tight jeans off. Put your suit on." No, he was a good guy. I'll always say that.
Well, my dad was a wonderful dad.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did your dad do? He fought in the war?
No, he didn't. He was in an essential industry, the coal mining industry, and
of course, yeah.
He fought in the mines.
The Huntley coal mine. Huntley coal
No,
mines.
he was in Greymouth at the time. But, he was in the Home Guard. Yeah. So when I used to watch Dad's Army, I always used to think that would be Dad.
It's funny, I just watched an episode of that a couple of days ago. Hilarious. It's funnier now than it was when it first came out. Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, so he was in the Home Guard in Greymouth.
So as baby boomer boys, we all played war and that, and we all. So that's what I was saying about our guest tonight, John Gerard, that the fact that his dad fought the Germans, got captured, escaped from a prisoner of war camp, got home to New Zealand, and then wrote a book. Yeah, I couldn't say that about my dad. You couldn't really say that about your dad.
I met Bob Campbell, one of the escapees, way back in the 60s. His daughter, I was going out with his daughter, and I lived with his daughter. And Jan was my girlfriend. And her father, that's where I first read the book. And that's how I met John Gerard in the beginning, because we had both had the same story. I was the only person he knew that knew the story in the 60s. And
so we now come to the part, Shane, where you are now going to sing Anthem.
Yes.
We're at the Lynn RSA.
Lynn RSA.
It's 9 or 10 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Saturday morning during the service.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people there and doing their thing. Of course, many other people participated in the whole thing, the event. There was David Cunliffe. He made a speech, great speech, the Labour MP. Used to be
the leader,
a ministerial candidate, but never got there. I think he's Labour MP for Newland, isn't he? And of course, various other people, some wonderful singing and choirs and different things were on. What a tribute to the Anzacs it was,
So I can surmise, Shane, that this week's Song of the Week has got to be
Anthem for the Anzacs by Shane and the Shazam Band at the New Lynn RSA.
Sing us a song for young soldiers so far away, lying in the Flanders fields. Tell them you'll never forget them. Lay your poppies down on the shield. Drink one more toast to young soldiers fallen in Crete in the battle's fray. Now as they sleep, resting easy, Godspeed their spirits home to stay. Proud as shoulder to shoulder they stand.
Oh, wonderful job, Shane. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Lovely singing,
Thank you
mate.
so much.
Good on you.
And a great song, of course.
You must have been very proud to be there.
I was. It's really, indeed, one of the most honourable occasions I've ever attended. I was really just absolutely... And I can tell you, I was nervous before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really concerned about it all week. I kept thinking, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime occasion, you know.
Good on you, Shane.
So hopefully I can do it at the national one in Wellington next year.
Ooh.
That would be magic. Now, did you know? Did you know? I've got to get a did you know in somehow.
Yeah.
Well, did you know the closest I got to the army?
Yeah. Oh.
Now, I'll tell you a story. Because when I guess you were the same as me, you were around about the same age, there used to be a ballot in the 60s.
There was.
And a ballot.
I missed out.
You went into the hat, your name was in the hat, someone put the hand and picked the numbers out. And if your birthday came up, you went into the army. Yeah. Your country needs you, son. And I was living in Australia with the Pleasers, the Australian group, you know, I was working with. And my birthday was called out, 15th of May, way back in the 60s. Sometime it would be 66, 65, something like that. But I was in Australia, and so I never thought anything of it. And I just carried on. I was doing my music and working. And I never heard another thing about it, ever. I'm probably going to get the old collar now. Someone's going to come and get me and drag me off to the army.
You could be shot for desertion.
I wasn't deserting. I wasn't even in it. But it's a very, I would have gone, definitely.
Yeah.
Would have done me the world of good. Got my hair cut, and I was scared to get my hair cut in those days. So, that's the closest I got to the army. And you missed out on the ballot, did you?
Yeah.
Your birthday wasn't called out?
3rd of July never appeared.
It never appeared, okay. No. And what year was that? Would be 67, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was an unfair ballot, really, wasn't it? Because I remember
very fair.
I was living in Australia, of course, and Normie Rowe, he had to go.
Yeah.
Shane, you get the big sausage this week.
Yeah.
The biggest one. Sterling job old sausage.
You don't mean bully beef sausage. No, bully beef.
Sterling job old...
An Anzac sausage.
Okay, sterling job old bully beef sausages. Shane, once again you've proved you've done it again.
Sing us a song for young soldiers. Sing us a song for young soldiers. Sing us a song for young soldiers. Sing us a song for soldiers.
Thank you.